Welcome students. Yesterday we learnt about what is consumption. Today I'll explain you how the slope of consumption function is created, how it is depicted in the diagram. As explained yesterday, first you will draw x-axis and y-axis. On x-axis we'll be denoting income, that is capital Y, and on y-axis we'll be denoting consumption, that is capital C. Same way 45-degree line is to be created. Now this is black line as shown in the figure. At this 45-degree line, what we can see is, because this is dividing the graph into two equal parts, therefore at every point of this black line, consumption and income is equal. Now we have the actual data related to consumption, which is drawn in the form of blue line. So it means now the black line denotes the income. At point B, which is referred to as the break-even point, at this point, income and consumption are equal, as you can see in the above figure. Now, C line, it starts say at the point 0, C line starts from point 20. This is the minimum level of consumption even when your income is 0, which specifies that even if we are not earning anything, or even if the national income is 0, still people will consume something for their survival. This is the minimum level of consumption at 0 level of income. This is also known as autonomous consumption. C line is positively sloped. It means it is moving upward from left to right. This denotes the positive relationship between income and consumption, which means if income increases, consumption will also increase, and if income decreases, consumption will also decrease. Also, understand the fact that rate of increase in income will always be more than rate of increase of consumption. Suppose if my income 10 years back, suppose it was 10,000, then 9 years back it was 11,000, 8 years back 12,000, 7 years back 13,000. This way, if my income is going on increasing at a rate of 1,000, I cannot increase my consumption at the same rate, because consumption level of a person is specified and a person cannot consume beyond that specific point. Therefore, rate of increase of income will be always more than rate of increase of consumption. So basically 3 points what we need to remember here. Even at 0 level of income, there will be some amount of consumption. Secondly, C will always be in relation to Y, that is if there is a positive relationship between income and consumption. If income is increasing, consumption will also increase. If income is declining, consumption will also decline. But the rate of increase in income will always be more than the rate of increase of consumption. Now, second thing is slope of C line. What do we see? That slope of C line, this is constantly increasing. There are no curves in between. This is also called MPC, or marginal propensity to consume. So this slope of C line indicates the proportionate change in consumption due to change in income. So MPC will be calculated using the formula change in C by change in Y. It's the rate at which C increases in response to given increase in Y. This also indicates the proportion of additional income that goes to consumption, which is MPC. Now you have to remember this formula. Just look at the graph. What do we observe? That at 0 level of income, still there is some consumption, which is at 20th point, and then slope of consumption function, it is constantly increasing. This is slope of C line, which is straight moving upwards, which shows a positive relationship between income and consumption, and this is calculated as change in C by change in Y, which is also called MPC, or marginal propensity to consume. This is the slope of C line. MPC is the slope of C line. Out of every additional rupee of income, 80% is spent as consumption expenditure. Now one more thing, there are two terms, APC and MPC. Both sound to be same, but actually they are different. APC is average propensity to consume and MPC is marginal propensity to consume. APC is the ratio between total consumption and total income. while MPC is the ratio between additional consumption and additional income. So, how we will be calculating? APC is equal to C upon Y and MPC is equal to change in C by change in Y. A numerical is given in front of you. It's there in your book. You can solve it. Slope of consumption is called, slope of C function, that is consumption function, is called MPC, and slope is not APC. Now, one more thing, how to calculate this MPC, the straight line, it's the constant slope, it is not curved anywhere. MPC must be constant corresponding to all the levels of income. Every time there is a rise in income, a constant proportion of it is converted into C. It means whatever we are earning, whatever is our income, every time if there is a change in income, proportionate change in consumption would also take place, which is MPC. One more thing, students, I would like you to remember, though I'll be explaining it tomorrow. Remember that marginal propensity to consume plus marginal propensity to save, it's equal to 1. That is MPC plus MPS will be equal to 1. That I'll be explaining you tomorrow. Now, how to calculate this slope of C function, consumption function, how it is to be calculated? C is equal to C bar plus BY. C bar is autonomous consumption, that is at zero level of income, whatever is by consumption, that would be C bar. Small b is MPC, that is change in C by change in Y, and capital Y denotes the income. So C, that is consumption, is equal to C bar, which is autonomous consumption, plus BY, that is MPC, into Y, that is income. Again, a numerical is given. You can go through this numerical. It will be easier for you to understand and do the numerical. Now, so this is consumption function. Now we are switching over to the saving function. Saving function is again an easier concept as flashed on your screens. You can just see at zero level of income still we are consuming something. If I'm not earning anything, still I have to consume something for my survival. From where will I consume when I don't have any income? I will have two options. Either I'll borrow from outsiders. If I'm not borrowing from outsiders, then I will use my previous savings. So it means at zero level of income when consumption is 20, saving would be minus 20. We assume that we will not borrow from anybody, rather we will use our previous savings. So at zero level of income, consumption equals to 20 and saving equals to minus 20. This is all given in your book in table 3 and 4 respectively. So again, now remember 3 points, same. S is equal to minus 20 when Y is 0. Y denotes national income. So when national income is 0, we are consuming our previous savings. So saving will be minus 20 because my consumption for survival was 20. S increases as Y increases, saying that S, that is saving, is positively related to Y, which is national income. So if income increases, saving will also increase. If income decreases, saving will also decrease. And one more thing, S will always be less than Y. It is never greater than Y because S is only a part of income. Income is either consumed or it is saved. So S is only a part of income. Therefore, S can never be more than income. Now, referring to the slope of saving function, you can just see on your screens. This slope will start from negative points, that is minus 20. When the income level is 0, my saving is minus 20. This is called autonomous saving. So, hence we will be deriving the saving function from the consumption function. Let us see. Remember 3 points. S starts from minus 20, which indicates that the value of S is 20 when income is 0. Secondly, S is positively related to Y. If Y increases, that is income increases, saving will also increase. And S line crosses X axis when Y equals to 100. This states that when saving equals to 0, income is 100. So, income is more than 100. Now, how to calculate marginal propensity to save, that is MPS. It's related to C. If you have understood consumption function, it will be easier for you to understand the saving function also. Saving MPS is calculated as change in S by change in Y. Just like marginal propensity to consume is the ratio between change in C and change in Y. That is, if the income changes, consumption will also change. Similarly, if the income changes, saving will also change. So MPC is equal to change in C by change in Y, and MPS is equal to change in S by change in Y. On the other hand, APC is equal to C by Y, and APS is equal to change in S by change in Y. So we have four formulas in hand now. Next is APC and MPS. APS and MPS are different concepts, as I explained you just now. APS is equal to S upon Y, and MPS is equal to change in S upon change in Y. Now, a slope of saving function is again a straight line, is again constant, which suggests that every time if there is increase in income, a part of income which is saved will remain constant. Let's see what is the algebraic expression of saving function. Just like C is equal to C bar plus BY. Here, saving function is equal to S is equal to minus C bar. See, C bar is autonomous consumption. At zero level of income, my consumption was 20. Here we are talking about saving. So at zero level of income, my saving would be minus 20. So saving at S is equal to C bar plus, as I told you, totality of marginal propensity to consume and marginal propensity to save is 1. So if if we talk about B in the consumption function, it will be 1 minus B in case of saving function multiplied by capital Y, that is our national income. So the algebraic expression of saving function is minus C bar plus Y and 1 minus B into Y. We can also call it as S is equal to S bar plus MPS multiplied by Y. So this is how we calculate saving function. Now how to derive, this is the most important concept, how the saving function is derived from consumption function. See, this is consumption function, slope of consumption function, and below this is slope of saving function. Saving function starts with a negative point. Consumption function started with 20 and saving started with minus 20. At the level of income where break even, where saving equals to 0, this is a point where consumption is equal to income. So this is how the saving function is derived from the consumption function. Once you go through this from the book and practice the diagram, it will be easier for you to understand. Now 3 points which need to be focused. Again, I am repeating. S will start from a point which will be from the negative axis. That is, S line starts from a point which indicates value of S bar. This is the level of saving at zero level of income. Secondly, remember, S line will cross X axis when consumption equals to Y, so that saving becomes 0. And further, if we continue making the graph, we will come to know that saving becomes positive. Third point is, slope of S line is equal to 1 minus slope of C line, or we can call it as MPC plus MPS will always be equal to 1. So this is what we discussed today in the class. I hope it's clear to you. So everybody, please practice the numericals given in the book related to the concepts of APC, MPC, APS and MPS. And if you have any doubt, you can post in the group. Thank you all.